All right. Try it again here. Check. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Check. Hopefully you guys can hear me again. Check. Can you guys hear me now? Check. Hello? Hello? Hello. We're good. You guys can hear me? It's not gonna be as good audio. Okay, so as long as you guys can hear me, the audio is not gonna be good. It's my computer audio. That's what we're gonna have to go off of tonight. No, my cat. I'll show you guys what happened. So here's one side, right? Here's one side of my microphone. There's the other side. You guys see that nice little dent right here? See that nice little dent? Yeah, that's what happened. My cat knocked it off my table. Probably my fault, but as long as you guys can hear me, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll get another one tomorrow, and we'll just we'll bite the bullet there. I've been trying to wait until hopefully. What's up, Arthur? I was hoping I would have a microphone by now. It hasn't worked out, so this is just God's plan. They're like, "Hey, Corbin, you need a new microphone," and I'm gonna listen. So, new microphone tomorrow, but tonight we got the audio. It seems like you guys can hear me. Seems like we're good. Let's watch a game. Shall we, chat? What's up? What's up, Cody? Honestly, this season might be a wash. The pitching is just horrid. It's getting there. It's about as close as you can get without actually being out. What are the? Did anyone? This is gonna be annoying for you guys. When I type, although I get you guys have been able to hear that for a while, so I guess it's not terrible. What are our odds right now for the playoffs at this point? We still have a 15% chance of making the playoffs. That's crazy. What, dude? I don't know how we have less of a or more of a chance at making the playoffs than the Orioles do right now. Aren't they only a half game out, the Orioles? 'Cause we're what, 6 games back, 5 games back? I didn't look after last night. What's up, Celtics? Sorry for all the issues there, guys. We figured it out. Annoying, but we figured it out. 15%? Yeah, that is generous. We're 4.5, which isn't insane. We've seen crazier comebacks, but the way we're playing right now, it yeah, it's been brutal, man. Brutal. Yeah, if we Tanner Houck going on the IL last night cost us a game. It did. Simple as that. If Tanner Houck's in that game, we're probably oh my god, Pavetta, what are we doing? Jeez. Did you guys see that? He almost drilled Acuna already. I'm so nervous with Pavetta on the mound, guys. Yeah, Caleb Ward being our last resort last night was so tough. Needed a good game out of Richo. Did not get it, but need a good game out of Richo. The only hope is that we're playing a struggling Yankee team next. We've been saying that for what? We've been saying, oh, here comes the struggling blank for like a month now. What about Jackie Bradley going to Toronto? I mean, good for him, man. I hope he gets a chance to be a legitimate piece on a contending team. I will always love JBJ. He's one of the nicest guys on the. He was one of the nicest game. Big 1-game series against Baltimore. Yeah. How far back in the? How far back are we in the again behind the Orioles? Oh wow, they're tied. Tampa Bay's in 4th place? That's crazy. We're 4 games out of being in 4th place. No, no. Come on, Bob. We all know JBJ's hitting a grand slam against us soon. You know it's gonna be miserable? We are paying him, yes, Celtics. Need Tampa to fall out. We need the Orioles to start acting like the Orioles, man. We need the Orioles to start acting like the Orioles. That's what needs to happen. Who are we even pitching against the Orioles? Winkowski? Maybe Pavetta will throw a gem because we're watching chat. We have been good luck lately for the Red Sox. I think last time out they won. Let me take a look. Yeah, they won last time they were out, so the Red Sox are like last year's Orioles. It might. This the problem with the Red Sox right now is you can't even say that we had a collapse, right? We didn't collapse. We just never got off the ground. It sucks because every once in a while it'll feel like last night. It kind of felt like, ooh, there it is. That's that Red Sox team that should be there. And then they're there, and we're like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for all season long, and it disappears randomly. So I don't know. Yeah, Barnes let up what, like 1 run? I mean, the whole team had a problem last night. The whole team had a problem getting to 3 outs. It was crazy. It was like we get to 2 outs, even with Whitlock. We'd get to 2 outs and then boom. Yeah, Craig, the stream's all set now. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're good. We're good. Just gonna have to get a new mic. Yeah, I agree, Jack. It's wild to me because it feels like some of these games were in it. It is good. Yeah, it was a slight hiccup. It sucks. So, um, not the end of the world though. But yeah, it just felt like all year that the second the Red Sox get down, there's no coming back. They've had what, like 4, 5, 6, maybe comeback wins all year. And last year they had like what, league leading like 40, something like that. They had a crazy amount of comeback wins last year. I don't even know besides Tanner who's reliable in the bullpen. I would say Schreiber and Whitlock. I think those are the only 3 though. Like Strom has had some really big issues, but he's been relatively solid. Davis has been relatively solid, but lately he's had his issues. Sawamura has been all over the place. Brazier's Brazier. Barnes has looked good the last 3 outings, and then kind of fell apart last night. So God knows what we're gonna see with him. Um, by the way, Tyler Danish is going on a rehab assignment. I totally forgot Tyler Danish was even on this team. And we have an emo dedicated to Tyler Danish. That's how long this injured list is. I just forget people are on it. I'm like, oh yeah, Danish is still here. It it's been insane. Tanner Houck going on the IL now. Yeah. There's the emo. I feel like Josh Taylor will never return. Yeah, he can't get his velo back up. That back issue really tore him apart. It sucks because he was a really great reliever for us last year. But yeah, that back issue combined with his velo numbers. I mean, when I went down to watch Nate Eovaldi start, he came in. The highest he hit was 92. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know what the future is for Josh Taylor. He's off with Chris Sale. Yeah, man, I feel so bad for Chris Sale. I really do. I mean, that's just the worst luck in the entire world. That's insane. No one does that. Who gave Sale a bike? Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel so bad. I do. It really is horrible. Like genuinely, it's funny. It is fun. Objectively, it is funny. And objectively, I understand why people are upset, but at the same time, you gotta have this the human aspect, you gotta feel bad for that guy. What do you think our chances are against the Yankees this weekend? I don't know. We do historically play the right Yankees hard at Fenway, so I'd say we have a decent chance. They're on a downslide. Um, I don't know. I have a decent chance, but it feels like lately any team that has a downslide just come play the Red Sox and you'll get right back to where you were. Crap! I rolled over my cord. Just can't win today, chat. A sale can make it up to us by opting out for a pay cut. That'd be. I mean, Chris Sale's is that type of guy. I could see that. I honestly could see that happening. Like Chris Sale is the type of person to be like, yeah, man, this blows. I'm detriment to the team. Let me take a pay cut, get myself back, and then we can talk. Give me a 2-year, $20 million contract. Let me prove to you that I can play healthily, and then and then we'll go from there. I mean, that'd be ideal, and that's something I could see Chris Sale doing. Yeah, Chris Sale's like that one guy from SpongeBob. Yeah, I actually, just out of respect, to Chris Sale, I almost put that at the beginning of the video because I really do like using SpongeBob quotes because it does describe a lot of this Red Sox season. Um, but yeah, that would have been a little too on the nose. I respected that Sale said at spring training that he was upset as to the fact that he's being paid millions to sit down. Yeah, it's one of those things that Chris Sale is such a competitor, man. He's Dustin Pedroia mentality. We all knew how much it hurt. It hurt Petey not being able to play. It's the same thing with Sale. I just hope it's something that you can come back from. And I don't know if you guys scroll through the comments on my videos at all ever. Um, actually, I'll get into that in a second. I'd imagine the union wouldn't discourage that kind of gesture. Yeah, I mean they probably wouldn't be happy with it, but is Chris Sale a person to listen to anybody? No, he does whatever he does what he wants to do. That was a nice snag by sailed it. Let's go. But anyways, I don't know if you guys ever like scroll through my comments. I had one guy on the Chris Sale video tell me it was a conspiracy theory as to Chris Sale falling off a bike, and that didn't really happen. And the fact that I couldn't pick up on that, I didn't know baseball. 95% of the time with people like that, I just ignore. But that one was so ridiculous, I had to go back at him. I mean, that's insane. I can't be the only one here who thinks that it's insane that they try. And yes, I know they've done it in the past, but to make up a bike story like that, tell me I'm not the only one here who thinks that's a little ridiculous. That's a conspiracy theory. Tommy Phan's been kind of juiced for us. I like Tommy Phan, man. I said in my video. When he first got traded, I said this could be good for the Red Sox. I like him a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked him up for 2023. I clearly don't know baseball. Yeah. Is that the new guy, Griffin? The second baseman that's playing today? So Sale was attacked by a UFO. He was trying to tell me that there was a player back in the day that said he was washing his car and got hurt or something. But I mean, if they wanted to cover something up legitimately with Chris Sale, like if he did injure himself in a different way, and they wanted to like cover it up, just say it's related to the injury he already has. What are we talking about? Why would they make up a story he fell off his bike and make him look like an idiot? and all these internet memes and all these stuff. If you could just say, "Oh yeah, Chris Sale had to get season-ending surgery relating to, either something that happened to his finger um, or he re-injured himself doing re-injured himself doing rehab." Right? Doesn't that make a lot more sense than making up an entire story about how he fell off a bike? Ridiculous. Anyways, Sale can be found playing baseball, Bigfoot, and Elvis. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Griffin. How is like, is he a legitimate prospect, or do they just need someone to fill holes? Brady's been doing that a lot lately. The double A to the MLB, huh? Especially with hitters. What's that? Harris, right? Harris was another guy that went double A to double A to the MLB. Sale, Cy Young comeback next year. I'm telling you, he's gonna be a. If he doesn't hurt himself again, he's gonna be a beast next year. He's gonna have to get. He's gonna have to get. Someone's gonna have to yank his jersey off his back to get off the field. That's what's gonna happen next year because that's just who Chris Sale is. Why do I think the Sox have been struggling the past couple of days? I think a lot of it has to do with bullpen injuries recently. Um, a lot of it has to do with bullpen injuries. I think last night we win that game if we had Tanner Houck. I think if you have Matt Strom, you don't have Darwinson Hernandez, you split the series with the Royals at least. Yeah, I think a lot of the reason we've been struggling is pitching. Obviously, defense. Well, not just defense, but the Jaron Duran game was tough. But yeah, I think the pitching injuries are the main reason we're getting screwed right now. It's just impossible for us to. I mean, you're not going to win ball games putting Caleb Ward out in extra innings. You're not going to win ball games putting Darwinson Hernandez out. Yeah, Chris Sale has a lot to prove now. A lot. Unless the jersey is ugly, facts. He'll rip it off himself. Barnes is back. Welcome in, Eric. Yes, he is. If Heim doesn't focus on the bullpen in the offseason, sign actual arms, not Diekman and Hansel Robles, yeah. And to be fair, when we did pick up Robles, he was good for us. That last half of 2021, he was a big part of the reason we made it into the playoffs to begin with. So I don't hate that signing in theory, right? But the problem is when you go back and look at the off season, and I'm actually at the end of the year, I'm going to make a video of like redoing the Red Sox off season and see if I can put together a more sturdy lineup slash rotation slash bullpen. Um, but the problem is once Chris Sale went down, you knew you had it because the bullpen at the beginning of the year on paper looked fantastic. You had Whitlock, you had Houck in the back end of your bullpen. Hansel Robles was coming off a ridiculous hot streak. Matt Barnes was supposed to be making his redemption tour. You had all these pieces. You had Strom and Diekman who were added. Diekman always had been a little wild, but he was always a very decent strikeout pitcher. But then Chris Sale gets injured and throws everything off. But you didn't do anything to combat that. You just sat there and said, okay, let's see how this plays out, and that's the problem. I agree. I don't understand why Hernandez guy and Orton on the team. It's injuries, right? We only have so many active pitchers on the 40-man roster. Like a ton of our guys are on the IL. It's terrible. Bullpen pieces, like big bullpen pieces. We just lost our closer. We lost our one of our setup guys in Strom. Danish has been out for God knows. Oh my God. Oh, never mind. That would gone off the bat. Nesson does that to me every game, chat. Every single game. Didn't Tatis break his wrist on a bike too? Yeah, he broke it. He broke it on a motorcycle. Messed around the DR. Which is so when you're looking at the timetable for Chris Sale to come back, that's about where um, that's about how long it's going to take for Chris Sale. Sox need to start a fantasy football team to bring the team together. What's going on, Kane? Do I think Corey's going to want to stay? I think he'll finish out his contract. Yeah. After that, I don't know. I really don't. The problem with that is Core's been open with saying like, "Hey, I want to have fun doing this while I'm young. I want to be on a competitive team. I want to, I want my freedom. I want to, I want to imprint myself within the game and with on a team. And if the Red Sox go into full rebuild mode next year, and it's a 5-year rebuild window, which is pretty normal for rebuilds, Core's contract's up halfway through that. He's going to be like, no, no, I don't want to. I don't want to stay with the team like this. I wouldn't blame him. Mike Lowell for manager. I love Mike Lowell. Mike Lowell is one of my top 5 players of all time. I used to emulate his swing. I always wore 25 because of Mike Lowell. One of my favorite players of all time. Oh my God, Pavetta, what are we doing, dude? Already with the sloppy plays. Get a glove down, huh? I think we can all agree the worst bullpen pitcher is Darwinson Hernandez. Yeah, which sucks because I tweeted out when he first came in. If he could locate a pitch, he would be elite because his stuff is just disgusting. Like the movement on, if you watch him, the movement on his pitches was just gross, but it was never in his zone. So he's useless. The organization has shown a lot of loyalty to Cora. That's true. Yeah. I think obviously there's something to that, but at the same time, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We have no idea, what Hein Bloom and Alex Cora's relationship is truly like, right? They say all the time, "Oh, we have a great manager front office relationship," but at the same time, it's not like they're going to come out. Neither of them are going to come out and say, "Yeah, we don't really get along." You know the storylines that would happen there? It would be mayhem in Boston, and I can't imagine Alex Cora is too happy with the front office. I can't, right? His captain's unhappy with his contract situation. His best player is unhappy with his contract situation. Your other veteran guy who was a leader in the clubhouse got traded away. JD, they have no interest in bringing back. They'll give him a qualifying offer to get his draft pick. They're not interested in bringing back the only player on the team with ace caliber pitching right now, consistent ace caliber pitching with um, Nate Eovaldi, right? How are you happy with the front office if you're Alex Cora? Yeah, facts, T5. I mean, I will say this till the day I die. If Alex Cora wasn't on this team would be 42 in what are we right now? I'll tell you exactly what our record would be. We're 57, we're 54 and 57. We'd be like 40. I can't do math. 40 and 72, 71. We would be tanking without Alex Cora. That was a beautiful throw. If JD Martinez gets a qualifying offer, I'd vomit. I mean, that's what they're gonna do. Because someone out there is gonna offer JD 3 years, 20 mil a year. Someone out there will do it. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. It won't be. He won't get a crazy contract, but we've seen a lot of ridiculous contracts, and with the money people are getting now, yeah, Eric, someone will do it. Someone who just needs someone in that DH role for 2 or 3 years while they're trying to win a championship. We'll put JD in. I mean, people undervalue the everyday DH. People really undervalue that. Like, yes, he's having a tough month, a tough couple months, I say. But at the same time, right, he had a tough 2020. Look what he did in 2021, right? Everyone said he was done after 2020, came back and had the most doubles in the league, had 100 RBIs, almost 30 bombs, right? So it's like if I'm a team that in the next 3 years wants to win a World Series and JD Martinez comes to you and goes, "Yeah, I still got it in the tank. Let me show you." And you get some scouts and evaluators out there during free agency, whatever. It wouldn't shock me if you got 3 years, 20 mil a year or even 18 mil a year, right? Little security, go out, with a certain team. A team that comes to mind is the Mets. A team that if they don't win this year and they want to win in the next 2, 3 years, we'll give JD a contract for sure. High key and infield of Hosmer, Story, Bogarts, and Devers is as good as it gets. Yeah, true. I love that. I love that infield. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what the infield looks like next year. So why didn't he get traded at deadlines? Because the Red Sox wanted a top 5 prospect, a MLB ready prospect, and a veteran for JD. Teams aren't doing that for a rental when you could probably get him for less money a year for 3 years after the year. You patch up your DH for the rest of the year. You see what you can do, and if you don't win a World Series, and you want to win a World Series, you think you can win a World Series, then you go out and you pay JD a little bit. You save $2 million a year. You get him for a couple more years. Yeah, the whole team needs to do better, Jack. Arroyo's been insane since he's come back. Yeah, Arroyo's hitting like 450 or something. They're definitely worth something, King. They were definitely our 2 most valuable players available at the deadline, for sure. I want to get some of these jerseys. They give out custom jerseys once in a while. They look so cool. I never go to games where they're giving their jerseys out. Yeah, King, that's another thing too. Yeah, the Red Sox didn't want to. Yeah, the Red Sox really didn't want to part with them. They were going to part with them for the perfect situation. They didn't get it. Crap. Christian Arroyo may never get out again. Genuinely. You guys also didn't see me spill my water all over my headphones. You didn't see that. Where did Arroyo come from? Came up with the Giants, went to Tampa Bay, and then to the Red Sox, I believe. I could be wrong, though. Let me see. I think that's right, though. That sounds right off the top of my head. Yeah, Giants, Tampa. Oh, he came from and then he played for the Indians, and then he came to the Red Sox. Get Arroyo a full-time job somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if he hits like this, put him in a corner outfit position. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, that's exactly the thinking, King. Why trade away these guys if you're not going to get a stellar return and just play them out? Then you would essentially be taking the draft pick, which would essentially be what you'd be getting for him anyway. So yeah, the Bobby Dahlbeck tradition of getting hot in the middle of the season when he's about to get replaced. Yeah, it's a yearly thing now. It's pretty wild. Yeah, Christian Arroyo is by far right now in the last 2 series, he's by far the best offensive player on the team. Look at Reese McGuire poking one through, huh? Bobby loves waiting until his job's on the line. Yeah, he really does. It's pretty wild. He one of the things he was talking to Carabas. I guess he was like, "Yeah, I've never had to really work for my position, to be honest with you, because you trade Mitch Moreland, you're the only real backup or you're the only real first baseman on that team at that point. And then, last year you got Schwarber in there, but he knew Schwarber couldn't defensively play first base, so he didn't really feel like his job was in jeopardy. And now this year it's been like, this year's the first year he's genuinely felt as though, I might not be here. Do you guys see that? Excuse me. Do you guys see that Dahlbeck is trying to learn how to play outfield and second base? That's pretty cool. Dahlbeck's low key athletic, guys. Like not even low key. He's very athletic. I could definitely see him being in a corner outfield position. Reese McGuire's also been great for us. Might earn a spot next year. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, he was, Jason. You're right. Is this up to date, by the way? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, he was trying to do an outfield position, and then they never really got a. Of course, right as we say something. DFA Plawecki. I'm on board with that now, Eric. I was defending it a little bit at the beginning. I'm on board with it now. Bring up Wong, bring up Hernandez. Plawecki had some hits, yes, but he's not a great hitter this year. Plawecki's not a great hitter this year. He's not great if every single game we get what 3 or 4 stolen bases against us. It's crazy. Like try someone else. McGuire's literally only played 3 games. Yeah, yeah. I think as of right now he's looking good, but obviously that can change over the course of August, September. Our last game's what, the 5th? They need to salvage the Mookie trade as much as possible. We all can agree that we lost the Mookie trade. Yeah, I don't know. Wong's not going to be the solution to winning the Mookie trade. Even if Wong's a serviceable everyday catcher, you get 2 average players for a generational talent. Yeah, it's the same thing with the Juan Soto trade. Those guys are great prospects. Odds that they turn out to be Juan Soto level talent combined, probably not. Plawecki adds nothing to the team. He doesn't add nothing to the team. He's a great clubhouse guy, right? He came up with the cart. He keeps everyone loose. So Wong is on the IL. Of course, Wong's on the IL. Yeah, but so did Vasquez when he got up here. Vasquez came up and everyone was like, "Yeah, that'll be a backup catcher." So I don't really like the profiling is great, but I want to see what they can do before um, before before we get before we give up on Wong. Yeah, King. I use the word we. I'm gonna use the word we. I am more invested in this team than a lot of players are. I guarantee it. I'll use the word we. Could someone answer me why the 1 game series? Yeah, it's because at the beginning of the year, with the lockout, they lost a bunch of games, so they're trying to make it up by shuffling in and out games throughout the series. I think this is our only 1 game though. That's why we had a 5 gamer against Baltimore. We had a 5 game series against Baltimore earlier in the year is to make up a game, and they're making up a game here, and then I think there's one more. They already played a 4 game series. I can't remember. Yeah, it is at Fenway. Who was the catcher before Vasquez? God, Saltalamacchia? Was that the catcher before Vasquez? I could probably look it up. That sounds right. Danish setting. I was just talking about that, Eric. I was saying before you hopped on that it's wild to me that I could when I saw Tyler Danish, it took me a second. I was like, who? And I was like, oh my god! Like our channel was the live streams were built around Tyler Danish. Arroyo, question mark? Yeah, Arroyo's been great. Okay, let me see. When did 2010, 2011? All right, so when Christian Vasquez came up in 2014, our primary catcher was AJ Brzezinski, and then Blake Swinehart, and then 2016 was a mix of Christian Vasquez, Sandy Leon, and then essentially from there he was the primary catcher. Although they split a lot of time in 2018. Kike Arroyo's back. You know that, right, Eric? Kike, yeah, Kike is starting his rehab tonight. He's playing second base for the Woo Sox. Oh, I see what you mean, King. I get it. Clip, I hope you're not serious. I really don't like when people are like, "Why say we? You're not on the team." Like, dude. I'm looking at the history of the Red Sox over the last 20 years. I'll just go for the last. I'll do since their last World Series. It's kind of wild to look at it. So obviously 2018 they win. Then they finish third, fifth. Now we're in. Last year we were in. We went to the ALCS, and this year we're in last. Kind of wild. So it looks like we're a little due. Yeah, I figured, Clip. That's the problem now, King. This is what I said when we first dropped out of the wild card race, wild card spot. We're still in the race, but when we were still in the race, my biggest fear was that we were going to drop down 2, 3, 4 levels, and now you're now no longer relying on your play because you could win 10 games in a row, but if any of those teams, right, the White Sox, Orioles, Guardians, Mariners, Tampa Bay, if any of those guys decide, hey, we're going to win 9 out of 10, then you only made up one singular game, and maybe you're back into the conversation, but you're not into a wild card spot, and that's the problem. Because after 10 games, you're into September, and now you got a problem. Is it weird to have a lot of optimism and think we could win this game today, beat the Orioles tomorrow, and sweep the Yankees? I would say it's a little optimistic. Yeah. I mean, it's not weird. I don't know what it'd do to our playoff situation. I think at any point the Red Sox could snap back into June mode. I just don't know if it's too late. That's my problem. What's up, Ethan? Yeah. McGuire's not here for his bat. He's here for his offense or his defense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jack. On paper, it's the perfect goal. It's what every GM says when they get there. We want a consistently good winning team, but it's about executing. So far, again, Heimblum got here in 2019, right? Finished third. 2020, Mickey Mouse season. We're still going to talk about it because it was still a season. Finished last. Last year, finished what? What did we finish? Second or third? Second. We ended up in the ALCS. Okay, I'll take that. And this year, we're back in fifth. What kind of free agents can we go after next year? You think we'll be just doormats? We weren't doormats this year. Definitely weren't doormats, Damon. But at the same time, to your first part of the question, we have to go after a lot of free agents. If you're not going to resign Kike, if you're not going to resign JD, if you're not going to resign Evaldi, if you're not going to resign all of these bullpen arms, you got what have we got? We got Strom, we got there's so many. I'm not even going to try and go through them because I'm not going to remember. Um, but yeah, I mean, we have to be active this offseason in terms of free agents. Have to. Plus, you got to remember, one of our biggest players in the last 10 years is going to be free agent. So have to be active, more active than they were this year. I gotta give credit to the Orioles. Yeah, the Orioles have been insane, man. Losing, they lost their best reliever. They lost their heart and soul in Trey Mancini, and they're still winning games. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, you got to give it to them. They got something going there. I mean, Adley Rutschman's been insane. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Chaim Bloom's tenure here in Boston will all depend on this offseason. You're tired of Evaldi? Um, I'm not tired of Evaldi. He doesn't have the same shine as he did, 1, 2 years ago, which is fine, right? Guys go through years where they have tough years and they bounce back, but yeah. So I'm not tired. I don't think it's a controversial opinion, though. I think there are enough people out there that say like, Valdi's not what he used to be, all this stuff. So I don't think it's controversial. I don't agree completely, but I don't think it's controversial, Damien. Do you have any idea how many Mickey Mouse jokes people make to me? Yeah, I couldn't even imagine, King. I couldn't even imagine. The Orioles and Blue Jays are versing tonight. Yeah. Nah, Bilbo, he's a two. Evaldi's a two. Um, and he has what, three? Okay. So 2020 last year he finished fourth in Cy Young voting. You guys are some people are acting like Chris Sale. Um, some people are acting like or sorry, not Chris Sale. Nate Eovaldi was terrible for the last 3 years. He was literally fourth in Cy Young voting last year. I don't think he's too far away from that now. He's been battling that back injury all year. It's definitely still hurting. So he's not a mid rotation, he's not a lower rotation type guy. He's a two, and if he needs to be, he's a one. But we shouldn't have to have a situation where he needs to be the one. It just sucks that Chris Sale keeps getting injured. Bring back David Price. Nah, Price is going to finish off in LA and he'll be done. He said that. First base next year, Cassis or Hosmer. That's kind of an interesting situation. I think on opening day, I really think a lot of it's going to have to do with the way Cassis progresses over the rest of this year. If he does really well, like he's doing right now, consistently for the rest of the year, I could see him coming up either in September or I could see him going onto the opening day roster with the Red Sox and then slowly having Hosmer, kind of fade out and then trade him at the deadline. I can see two of those things happening. If Cassis ends up really, really well for the rest of the year, then I could see them trading Hosmer in the offseason, or I could see him keeping it and sort of stretching them out until the deadline, and then having Cassius go full time. Hope we get Nestor next year. I don't. This could be a controversial take too. I like Nestor. I like what he does. He pitches, right. He doesn't just throw gas. But I don't think he'll have that this crazy of success he's had the entire year. Or sorry, next year and for years after. If he does, good for him. But I wouldn't pay him a ton of money. Have him come here and be a projected ace. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't hate him coming here. So I don't know. What's your opinion on Pavetta then? I wanted Pavetta to do so well this year, Damien. I really did. I had in every preview video of the year, I had him coming in and doing really well. I don't know, man. We've given him so many chances, and he's good for a little bit, and then he's terrible, and then he's good for a little bit. I think max he's the three guy. I think realistically he's a four. Evaldi was critical in the wild. Evaldi's been critical in every postseason run we've made in 2018, 2020. Sorry, 2021. He was good in 2020. Yeah, I don't know. See you later, King. Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Chance. Need under 10. Or need under 9. Still. I'll remember this comment, Celtics. I don't know now. How can Bullpen? I love him in the closer role. He's always had that issue with look at Pavetta go though. As I'm pooping on Pavetta. Maybe I need to poop on him a little bit more. Um, as far as Hauk's stuff, he really only has a slider and a fastball, and that can be useful for some teams like the Rays in terms of starting pitching, but the Red Sox it never entirely worked like that. Obviously, the whole league is starting to move towards an opener type role instead of a true starting pitcher. Um, but yeah, I like him in the closer role personally, Damian. Yeah, I went very purposely to go see Albert Pujols' retirement ceremony, but at Fenway. I loved Albert Pujols when I was younger. Although no one can emulate his swing, really. Definitely needs more poop up. Sox are 4.5 games out of a wild card spot. You think there's still a chance? Yeah, I think there's still a chance. I don't think it's likely. That's a different story. There are people who have completely given up and are completely over the season. I'm not completely over this season, but I think at the same time, you're at the point now where it's like, all right, you can only go so low until you finally put the this season is over stamp on it, and I think we're pretty close. I think we're looking at. I mean, right now you got a 15% chance of just even getting into the wild card. So, yeah, I mean, if we're going off of that, it's not great. You might get a better spin rate also. What's your opinion on the enforcement? I don't think the enforcement issue was. Um, I don't think the enforcement issue was handled well last year. I understand the idea. Um, I just don't know if it was handled well. To be honest with you, I don't really care. Right? Don't use the super sticky stuff, but use something. Hitters are only getting better, and pitchers are just trying to keep up. I never really saw the issue with spider tack and whatnot. I saw the issue with spider tack. That's a lie. I never really saw the issue with using other stuff. Pitchers from the beginning of time up until last year were using pine tar, and they've kind of started to do it again. You could see it. You could see it almost everywhere. But yeah, I never really had a problem with pitchers using sticky stuff. That weren't like spider tag level stuff where they were having like the best years of their career. You think the Blue Jays can catch up to the Yankees? Um, ah, if the Yankees keep sliding the way they're sliding, maybe. I mean, they're 10 back. 10's a lot to make up. Man, Rafi's a little off right now, huh? He's getting mad and mad. Just 5 one-game win streak when they're back in there. That's what I've been saying for a little bit, Wolf, but that's not entirely true at this point, which sucks because, 2 weeks ago, that was true when you're only 3 games out. Hey, you sweep one series and you're truly back in this thing. However, now, if you go on a 5-game win streak, you have to hope that Chicago, Cleveland, Tampa, Baltimore, and I think that's it, right? You have to hope that all of them lose at least 2 or 3 games in there too. You know, you really do. You have to hope that Baltimore, Tampa, Cleveland, Minnesota, Chicago. You have to hope that all of them lose games. Sunscreen and rosin, yeah, I have no problem with that. Do I think Pham will return? I actually do think they'll pick up Pham's option. He's not that expensive. I like him in that leadoff role so far. Again, small sample size, so I don't really know. So what's up, Edgar? Yeah, I think the Red Sox pick up Pham's option. I don't see why they wouldn't at this point. I was taking a look at the free agents for 2023. There's not a ton of. I mean, there are good outfielders. There's not a ton. Has Perez broken your heart with the season he had after the we got from him last year? No, I kind of knew he'd go off a little bit. Did Xander get injured, bro? There's no way, right? I mean, he's gonna finish out this at bat, but I don't trust the Guardians or the White Sox to stay this strong. Same for the Orioles; they will come back down to earth. But at the same time, right? We've been saying that the Orioles are going to come back down to earth since before the All Star break. At some point, it just has to be maybe this team is a legitimate. I mean, I don't think they're going to win a World Series or anything, but a legitimate postseason team. I don't know. Yeah. Well, if it's that's going to be our problem now. Is we're going to have to get lucky. That sucks. Do you see us keeping Eric Hosmer after the end of the season? I don't. I was just actually just talking about this. I don't know. A lot of it has to do. Um, a lot of it's gonna have to do with Cassis's development. If he keeps hitting the way he's hitting, and if he ends up coming up here in September, and maybe we give him some reps and he hits really well. I don't. But if they think if Cassis kind of cools off a little bit in AAA and he's at the point where he's still good, but he's not entirely where they want him to be, then yes, I do see them keeping him one more season. I don't think they ever go. I love Bob, but I don't think Bob's ever our starting first baseman to start here again. Xander or Devers, if you only get one, and do they still look the same without each other? So you're asking me to pick out of those two. If I had to keep one, I have to keep Devers. Xander's my favorite player, probably close to of all time, behind Poppy and Mike Lowell. I think PD's probably up there too. But Devers is too important to this team. Do I think they still look the same without each other? I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know. We've never seen them without each other. I mean, we saw Xander without Devers. We never saw Devers without Xander. And more importantly, we never saw Devers without JD either. I don't know. We saw him a little bit in 2017, but he was not really like an everyday player at that point. What's up, Metric? Got to keep the younger guy in baseball. Yeah, it's common sense. If you have to choose between Xander and Devers, you have to pick Devers. But at the same time, we're the Boston effing Red Sox. We shouldn't have to pick between Xander and Devers. We should say which one of them's getting the bigger contract. That should be the conversation. It's not. That's the problem. Chat. My number got spoofed, and I'm getting text messages. I'm getting phone calls. People who like a spammer got a hold of my number somehow and is using it to call people. I've gotten like 100 calls and like 15 text messages. I'm trying to respond to as many people I can, like, hey, my number got spoofed and it's being used for spam calls. Who's the bigger contract then? Devers. Devers will get the bigger contract. Xander is extremely important to any team he's going to be on, um, but Devers is a generational talent. He's going to be crazy. So Devers gets a bigger contract. Devers or Riley, who's better? They're pretty similar. I think Devers got better contact tools, um, but him power wise, I think him and Riley are pretty close. Defensively, I think they're pretty close. I would give Devers the edge, but they're very very close. Which Red Sox pitcher do you think has some of the nastiest pitchers of this year's Red Sox team? I think Tanner Houck has the best slider. I think I think Whitlock has the best changeup or sinker, one of the two. Um, I think Pavetta's got the best curveball when it's working. I think Evaldi's got the best splitter. I'd probably I would say Schreiber's got the best fastball, but Schreiber's fastball is good because of his delivery, not because of his speed. So I don't know. It is terrible, Jack. It's been miserable. I called my cell phone carrier, and they were like, "Yeah, sorry, I don't know what to tell you." You're afraid he's starting in center field next year? I mean, Duran has a lot to work out, but you see sparks of greatness in him, and I personally think it would be an issue to give up on him so early. I think we're at the point in the year now, if I'm being totally honest with you, where I don't think it really matters. His defense in center field this year, which sucks because if we were two games out of a wild card spot, I'd be like, what the hell is this bum doing in center field? And I guarantee you that they probably wouldn't have him in center field if they weren't behind by so many games. I actually guarantee it. Plus, at the same time, too, it's not like he is. It's not like he's the Red Sox number one pick for center field. They would much rather have Kike in there. 100%, they'd rather have Kike in there, but they don't because he's injured. So they don't really have any other options for center field. Where are you going to put? Who are you going to put in center field? Verdugo? Verdugo's terrible in center field. Tommy Pham's never played center field at Fenway Park. You're going to put him in center field at Fenway Park for a series against the World Series champions, against the Baltimore Orioles that are on a hot streak, and against the New York Yankees? That's just all of those options are terrible. So you have to pick you got to pick one. And with Duran being a natural center field, I guess you could say, it makes sense. Devers third base or DH. Devers will be at third base for at least a couple more years, for sure. Houck has the nastiest pitches on the roster. Yeah. But at least movement wise, yeah. Am I gonna be live for Benintendi's return to Fenway? What is that, Saturday? Probably not. I'm actually chat, there's gonna be no live stream next week. I'm on vacation, which will be interesting. How do I feel about Brian Bayo? I think he's gonna be a great pitcher one day. I think we saw glimpses of it when he was coming out of the bullpen. I think he just has pacing issues to work on. Um, yeah, I really just think a lot of it has to do with pacing and control. I think he'll be a great pitcher. Do I think the job now is to lay the groundwork for 2023? I don't know, man. The problem is that you can't really lay any your opportunity to start laying the groundwork for 2023 is come and gone. So now it's like, what do? You just sort of ride this team out into the sunset. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously the team's starting to look towards 2023. They have to be, but it's gonna be interesting. We have a game against the Yankees. Yeah, we got a whole series coming up this weekend. Braves called up some prospect today, didn't they? Yeah, I forget his name. He actually might be coming up soon here. Yeah, Joe Musgrove got an extension. TJ. Yeah, Matrix. Oh, when he comes up, I'll let you know his name. But yeah, they did. They just called him up from Double A. What general area am I going on for vacation? I'm staying in New England. I'm just going to a different state. Do you think they're going to hear boos or cheers? If Benintendi boos him, that'd be ridiculous. It wasn't his fault. He was on the Kansas City Royals. Certainly not his fault. He's on the New York Yankees. So I don't think he'll get booed. I hope he doesn't get booed though. Thought Duran was about to miss that fly ball. Looked like he did. Yeah. Looked like he lost it for a second there. Rodon's going to be a free agent next year. I think it's possibility of trying to get him. We were linked to him a little bit, but I don't know. It's going to be so interesting this offseason. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to put out a video predicting the Red Sox offseason. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. There's so many different holes the Red Sox need to fix that I don't know if they fix all of them. So it'll be interesting. Look at what did I say, chat? I'm not going to put his number out there, but I'm getting another goddamn phone call because of this spoofing crap. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I like Rodon, but I don't know. Is there anyone you wish we would have traded? I'm putting out a video. I'm putting out a video. We're gonna do a series recap tomorrow on this. Actually, I don't even know if I can with a microphone. Do I sound terrible right now? I'm probably fine to do it. Anyways, we're gonna do a series recap for Thursday, and then Friday I'm gonna do a video going over basically what I would have done at the deadline. So we're gonna do that on Friday. Also, shout out. I don't know if Griffin's still in here. Griffin helped me with that video, so that'll come out Friday. But yeah, there are people I would have gone after, so that'll be in there. Do I like Caleb Orr in the bullpen? No. We don't have any other options, so I guess he's fine for the time being. Nimmo is intriguing for sure. I don't know. Let's take a look. Arenado's a free agent. I mean, we'd have nowhere to put him. That wouldn't make any sense. David Price. I don't think the Red Sox need David. What do we want to look for, Chad? We want to look for just best players, or do we want to look for? Well, they don't even have Xander on here. That's crazy. Can't believe they got rid of Jay Groom. I don't. I didn't. That trade was, in my opinion, the best trade of the deadline. I don't get me wrong. I thought Heim Groom, Heim Groom, Jay Groom could have been a good, but we had given him since 2016. He had a ton of bad luck in this system. It just didn't seem like with the pitching depth that we have now, he was what our fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. I don't know. He was pretty far down in our depth pieces. It didn't seem like his velo was what it was before he had all those injuries. So I don't hate it. What's up, Iman? Jack, well, you're not wrong. Yeah, I think you saw a lot of Jay Groom stuff decline over the years, and I just think it was time to move on. And I really hope he does well in. I genuinely, I hope he does well in San Diego, and I genuinely think a change of scenery will be good for him. In your opinion, do we have any aces in the pipeline? I mean, we have people to look forward to. I don't see TJ comes out and he says the highest ceiling for Mater Bayo is number 3, right? We're not going to be able to tell what these pitchers can do until they get up here and actually do it, right? What we saw from Bayo wasn't the true put together Bayo that we wanted. That was a strike all day. Oh my god. Um, we saw probably 75% of Brian Bayo, right? He still had so many stuff to work out. In 6 months, he went from double A to triple A to the major leagues. You don't do that as a pitcher, right? So in my opinion, when people are like, guys, he slotted at number 3, slotted at number 4, if he slotted as a starter, then let's see what he can do in a starting position before we say, his ceiling's going to be this. And TJ, I don't mean to call you out or anything or make it seem like it's your problem, but I'm just saying, like, that's one of the things that irked me with especially starting pitcher prospects on prospect websites is they try and predict where they're going to end up in a lineup, and I think that discourages a lot of people from being excited about it. We should be excited about Bayo. We should be excited about Maeda, right? We should be excited about these guys who are doing really well in our system and are a homegrown pitcher for the first time since what? Clay Buchholz? We should be a little bit excited about that as opposed to, I don't know, he's slated to be number 3. And again, TJ, please don't take this personally because you were just the one who happened to say in the chat. Um, I'm more so talking about like scouting reports is something that always works. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have any aces. Again, I think we've got some bona fide rotational pieces for sure. Like I think Maeda and Bay are at the top of that list, but I feel like one of the perfect guys in all baseball for this 2022 would have been Hunter Renfroe, the irony. Yeah, they lost that trade. Um, yeah, Brian made he just came back from injury. I don't know what he's been doing since. I'm always way bigger into, which is kind of weird because there's obviously more movement during the year, but um I'm way more into prospects in the off season because to me that's where it like really really shines. So he's playing in single A right now. He's got a 450. Yeah, he's got yeah, he only has 2 innings pitched since he came back from injury. He's at 0 ERA and 9 strikeouts per 9. So yeah, he's been all right. And as I leave, Ozuna hits one, didn't he? Okay. Well, Pavetta had been doing good all right. I mean, Cora looks just absolutely miserable in that dugout now. And he just absolutely bodied that, huh? The Braves can hit baseballs, man. Good lord, that is an absolute bomb. This team stinks. Um, I think the number 3 starter is something to be excited about, considering Buckholz's total body wasn't even number three's worth. I mean, that's fair. That's fair, but I'm saying again, I get TJ. I don't want you to think that I'm attacking you. I think just in general, right? Some people see that you see these numbers, you get excited about a prospect, then you read about him, and it's like, oh, his ceiling's a number 3 starter. And it's like, well, okay, then why do I even care about him? And that to me, that's my problem with it. Is Maeda could come up here in 4 or 5 years, which probably realistically when we're going to see him. Yeah, yeah, Luis, it's been tough, man. Us Red Sox YouTubers. Oof. I'm glad. Okay, good. I'm glad you don't feel attacked. It was more of a general conversation. But yeah, it's to me right when I'm looking up prospects. You have to take a lot of that, a lot of that summary at the end of the page. Where they think they're going to slot, what their ceiling is, with a little bit of a grain of salt because people like Vasquez were, at best a backup catcher, and he was a staple on this team for 8 years. You know. Yeah, that strike should have been a ball, or that ball should have been a strike. That was ridiculous. I don't know, Anthony. They put up a fight last night. Just so happened we ran out of relievers. That's what happened last night. At least the Yankees have slowed down. Yeah, yeah. I think the Yankees are no longer favorites for the World Series. I mean, it has to be the Dodgers. The Dodgers have to be World Series favorites. I think the Sandy Leon go catcher. Imagine Mookie opts out whenever he opts out and comes back to the Sox. I would take him even if he couldn't field anymore. I love Mookie Betts. Yeah, the two favorites had to be Dodgers and Mets, right? Wish we could get players like Mookie Betts. Man, I genuinely do, for more so for our sake than for the front office sake, that the Red Sox this offseason come out and they drop their balls on the table. They slap them down and they sign everybody, right? They go over the luxury tax and they're like, F it. You want to see what the Red Sox are made of? This is what the Red Sox are made of. That's what I'd love to see. I don't think it's going to happen, but man, I'd love to see it. 2018, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Dodgers versus Astros remix or rematch, yeah. If that's really Astros have to be favorite out of the American League. Dodgers have to be the favorite out of the National League. But I would love to see the Dodgers Mets series. I think that would be a fantastic series of baseball. Dodgers are favorites every year. Yeah, you're right, Bill. Hey, you changed your profile picture, bro. But I can't even see that. What is that? Is that what's his name? Spyro. What's your opinion on Jesus? I'm so bad with that first name. Urias Familia. I don't know if I hope I did that right. I don't really think he's gonna be a factor in the Red Sox. At this time of the year, a lot of what they're doing, the Red Sox right now, a lot of what we're seeing is um, just depth pieces because our AAA is so beat down. Most of them are at the major league level, especially pitchers. So um, I don't really think we'll see much of him. I think he's more of a depth piece move. I didn't even. Did you make a video, Luis? Because I don't think I made a video on him on picking him up because I don't think it's going to be that big of a story down the stretch. It is Spiral. It's incredible how good the 2018 team was. Yeah, the 2018 Red Sox was the best year of baseball I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I would love to see Jermaine in the MLB too. I'm surprised they haven't brought him up. To be honest with you, with the pieces we've lost in the bullpen, especially, I'm shocked they decided with Orton instead of Jermaine for Hauk when he went down. I'm shocked they didn't bring him up. They have to bring him up at some point. I don't know. Series I'd like to see most in the playoffs: Padres, Mets, Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, Astros. Yeah, I think. I would honestly like to see Braves Padres because those are just heavy hitters on both sides. I would like to see that. And I would switch Dodgers Mets just because I think those are the two titans right now. And then I don't really care if the Red Sox aren't making the playoffs. I'm gonna root for the Ash or the Orioles if they make the playoffs. But in all honesty, I'm gonna be rooting for the Mets. I am. Probably not. Heim will have his plan and sign relievers with a combined .2 WAR bench infielder. Clip, you crack me up, man. I hope not. I'm glad the Yankees suffered a big injury to Carpenter. Finally, they've been suspiciously healthy all season. I'm not glad anyone got hurt, but it is finally nice to see the Yankees have some bad luck for sure. Yankees are Yankees been getting those Mark McGuire balls from the Youngs all season. They're gonna have a tough time being Houston. Yeah, the Houston owns the New York Yankees this year, so it'll be interesting. I feel Bloom is using the Rays style. I mean, that's what everyone is saying. Yeah, they get good prospects and become a contender. The problem with the Rays, and you said it best, Ethan, is to build a Rays mentality ball club. You're going to develop holes, right? You're going to develop holes in your game. That's just it's natural if that's what you want to do. So I don't know. I don't think the Red Sox would work with especially in this market. Rays approach wouldn't work, and so far we haven't truly seen a Rays approach. Right, the Rays would never sign Trevor Story under their true approach. Right, so I don't know. What TJ say? Oh yeah. Again, I don't wish injury upon anybody. Those I mean, watching baseball players specifically go down with injuries is so hard to watch. Um, But I kind of get where you're coming from, TJ, with just the fact that they have considerably been smooth sailing. Yeah, TJ, that's yeah, that's kind of the yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah, the Dodgers. Yeah, I see a lot of Red Sox fans rooting for the Dodgers just because of Mookie. Do you like our prospect Marcel Meyer? Yeah, of course. I think he's going to be a great player. Did you guys see what Blaze did last night in his first, what was he, high A? 2 home runs, 3 for 4. Is Stanton done? I didn't even see a Stanton injury. Stanton got injured? When did he get injured? Nah, it doesn't seem like Giancarlo's back is going to be out. Looks like he's coming back pretty soon. He's starting baseball activities. Um, when is Trevor Story coming back? Hopefully the end of August. It's looking like, yeah. Personally, I'd say the Yankees. Yeah, we'll just gift them 100 bicycles. See what happens. Heimblum bribed the league to give us the balls all season, deflate the stats of our stars so we can re-sign them. Yeah, there you go. The conspiracy theories behind Matrix, I know you're kidding, but the conspiracy theories I've seen about the Boston Red Sox are insane. Insane. I like Trevor Story's bat too. I think this season wasn't what Trevor Story was. I think we're gonna see it. God, we can do nothing, man. Bikes. Yeah. Oh, that was a tough one. Yeah, that was a tough injury. I was shocked, to be honest with you. I didn't think his luck could get any worse. Hot take: Blaze will be in Double A by the year's end, and will reach the majors as a DH as soon as next September. That is a very hot take. That is a very hot take. Yeah, Blaze Jordan came into single at high A and just tore it apart last night. Imagine the Orioles make the World Series. If the Orioles made the World Series, the literal entire country would be rooting for them. Time to block more people, Chad. Not on the stream, on my phone. Imagine, I think we'll do more signings in the offseason. We have to. 2 years, 2 years, fine, yeah. Even 2 years though. I don't know about him coming up as a 21-year-old. Yeah, I don't know. My personal conspiracy is the Fenway group is hoarding its resources, getting ready to go all in on an NBA. I mean, they've talked. I mean, they brought in LeBron James to get into an NBA with the promise that they're going to get into the NBA. So it's not entirely a conspiracy. That's more of a yeah, that's coming. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I sit there. My problem with the the Fenway group owns too many sports teams that they can't put. They don't want to put money into the Red Sox. But at the same time, right? That's kind of their lifeblood. That's where they get. That's where they get their money from. That's how they. That's how they grew and built this. This is their cash cow. If you're gonna you can't let your cash cow dissolve, or that's just not a good business plan. Like in terms of just strictly business, losing your cash cow means losing your business most of the time. Right? There are four sectors of a business, and one of the most important ones is that cash cow. And not having that cash cow is why some of these businesses tank. It's why most legitimate businesses end up falling and going under is because they get rid of their cash cows. So I don't know. JD has not looked good lately. What's up? It's kind of tough to, it's tough to put your finger on. His bat speed's a little bit slower. Um, I just think he's struggling. We saw it a little bit in 2020 where he just couldn't figure out, how to come back and all this stuff. And I think we're starting to see that a little bit more this year. But I don't know. Yeah, Liverpool definitely makes money, but again, you build your entire reputation, right? If you're okay, so a if you own a bunch of teams, right? You got Liverpool, you got Pittsburgh, you got us, right? I think that's the only three and they have a Formula One racing too, right? So you got these four teams. Um, but if you're a potential investor and you're trying to get into the Fenway group and you look at it and you say, wait a second, this team, this group can't put together a winning team because at the end of the day, um, winning means profit, right? You get the playoff money, you get the bonus money, you get all this stuff, you get the views, you get attendance, you get all this stuff from winning. If you cannot put together a portfolio of winning ball clubs, not just ball clubs, sport clubs, who's going to come in and invest? And that's my problem here. Again, you got to look at it in a business sense, right? When was the last time? I don't know much about soccer. I don't. So I don't know how profitable. Let me see. Are they done with their season? I don't even know. Okay, so 100 million. Hold on, Chad. I'm looking. Okay, they made 467 million euros last year or this year. We still doubled that. We made the Red Sox pulling $1 billion a year. Actually, I lied. We made about the same. That would have been an insane amount of money. But yeah, we still ended up making more. So I don't know. Where do I see Aaron Judge playing next year? I see him either on the Yankees, the Mets, or the Giants. Where's the power from the X-Man gone? I don't know, man. The power everywhere has been missing. The Red Sox haven't been hitting home runs really. The big record for FSG is ending the curse. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have pull on that for how long? Until it's like, okay, Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins haven't won in a little bit. I don't know what Liverpool does. The Red Sox haven't won in a little bit, right? It's just at some point it's gonna be like, what are we gonna do here? Does Kraft have a stake in the Fenway Group? I don't think so. I don't think Kraft has a. Is there a way to look at that? Investors in the Fenway Sports Group. So you got Henry, you got Warner, Michael Gordon, Dave Ginsburg, LeBron James. Sam Kennedy's a partner. Doesn't look like no. Yeah, no. Kraft is not involved. I feel like Kraft being involved would change this. To be honest with you. Yeah, Ethan. We're gonna have to a lot of focusing have to be on pitching this offseason for sure. Sam Kennedy's a hack. I don't know. How is Sam Kennedy a hack? What has Sam Kennedy done? I mean, the whole front office has their issues right now. It's not just Sam Kennedy, it's not just Bloom. It's that whole team. They haven't been able to do it. Don't worry, guys. Next year's the year. True, we have been doing that a little recently. 13, 18, 23 makes sense. Durant makes me nervous every time now. Every single time. But have they won a title there, Bilbo? Who else is getting excited for football season? I don't really focus on football. Yeah. Yeah, the investments that the Fenway Group has made, did they? Liverpool? Yeah, I know nothing about soccer. I'm not gonna pretend to sit here and say that the Red Sox are better than Liverpool. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think there is a point to that, Jack. You know, there's a reason that the Fenway Group owns the Boston Globe. They own Nesson. They are they're investing into the park itself. They're expanding it beyond just they have the Truly deck. They have that concert venue outside. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting when people say that the Red Sox owners are not spending money because they want to spend it on other things. I don't know if it's true or not. To be honest with you, it's hard for me to sit here and be like, yeah, that has to be it, right? That's why we're not signing players. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a philosophy thing too. I don't know if they've got statisticians in there in the back of their head saying, "Hey, these long term contracts never work out. Why are you doing it? You could get here and be in contention every year without having to spend a ton of money, regardless of whether or not you want to spend it, right?" I think that has something to do with it too. I just got something in my eye. Is this a 2 game series? Yeah. They spend a lot in soccer and FS1 as well normally. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Aren't soccer contracts the biggest contracts in the world? Is that a thing? Like, what? Because isn't soccer such a huge market? We must win this ball game. Yeah, I hope we do, man. Hope we do. You can certainly critique long-term contracts for pitchers. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Um, I don't know if I'd go for Degrom. If we get Degrom on a 3-year deal with a bunch of different like stipulations for if he get hurt, sure. But I don't think Boston. Look at Bob, that baby Bobby, little double. Let's get back into this thing, huh? I think if you don't like the Sale contract now, you shouldn't want Degrom. I don't want to hear anybody crap on Sale and then say we should get Degrom. This is Boston. We need Degrom, right? That's ridiculous. Is it crazy money, Bilbo? I figured, yeah. Which team from the AL East do I think is set up for the next 5 years to crush? I want to say the Blue Jays, but then yeah, I would say the Blue Jays. They've got a good 4-year window, I think. With their, they got before they have to pay Vladdy, Bichette, Teoscar, those guys. So I would say that. I would say the Blue Jays the most set up. I think the Red Sox could be the most set up depending on how you look at this, how the Red Sox handle this offseason too. Shocking news: the Red Sox starter pitched 5 innings. I laughed at that earlier, and I'm rereading it. It's still funny. August Bob. Bullpens win World Series. Sign all the relievers. I think yeah, pitching in general wins World Series. Duran. All right, Duran getting into the action a little bit. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's see something crazy, huh? Who we got out? We got Tommy, little Tommy guy. We should legally change his name. First name to August, last name to Bob. Who's my biggest surprise team in the MLB? It would have to be either Seattle or I mean, it has to be the Orioles, right? With what the Orioles are doing this year, it has to be them. Um, I think that Seattle's kind of up there. I think the fact that Tampa's stuck around like a cockroach, that's pretty impressive with every injury that they've gone through. There are a couple. I'm trying to think of NL teams that are surprising. There really aren't. Looks like TJ and Eric on the same page with having them steal. I'm surprised they don't have them steal more often. Sox with bad and not giving Gosman an offer. That's crazy to me that they didn't even pick up the phone to call him. That's crazy. Crazy. I guess you sit there and you're like healthy Chris Sale, healthy Evaldi, right? But still, I don't know, man. I wouldn't. Bloom struck out the offseason. I don't think he struck out this offseason. I don't think he did enough, but striking out would have been doing nothing. He didn't do nothing, right? Trevor Story, even though his average is low, he's still producing in big ways. He still has the second most RBIs on the team, I believe. It would have been, there's a lot. Um, so Trevor Story plus the absolute elite second base defense. Waka was a great addition when he was healthy. Unfortunately, he didn't stay healthy. Strom was a good addition. I think the misses truly by Hein Bloom this offseason were the Renfro trade, the Diekman signing, and the Rich Hill. Sox need to call everyone this offseason. Facts. They do need to be more active. There we go. Rafi, thank you. The big MLB surprise that we were so poor. Yeah, that definitely shocked. I mean, shocked all of us, but definitely shocked a lot of the legitimate the MLB type guys, like the Just Baseball guys, the John Boy guys. Everyone's kind of shocked by the way the Red Sox have been handling themselves. Corbin, you could argue that it was a net loss. I'm not going to argue that he didn't have I'm not going to argue with you that he had a good offseason. I don't think he had a good offseason. But at the same time, right, you look at the pluses he did bring in, you can't say that he struck out and that he had a terrible offseason. Because I don't think that's true. And I don't know, you guys personally, I think that if you had signed Schwarber, if you had kept, although Renfro doesn't really mean anything, but if you had signed Schwarber, then you're looking at no possibility of signing Bogarts. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather have Bogarts than I would Schwarber. You didn't have a spot for Schwarber this year. It would have been smart if they had traded away JD after he opted in, and then brought Schwarber back as a DH. But then that's where. So I don't think again. I wouldn't put this in top 5. TJ, take a look at what Schwarber did. People keep saying that Schwarber was the answer at first base. Let's play this game. I mean, he was so bad at first base, he made a play and tipped the crowd. It's not like Schwarber was a defensive menace over there. What am I got? Standard fielding. He is the same at first base. He's the same amount of defensive run saves as Franchy Cordero. Same amount. And this year in the outfield for Philly, he has a lower defensive run save than Dahlbeck, and he has a lower total run saved over Dahlbeck. 10 games. Yeah, Schwarber would have only been the DH. The overall offensive production was there, yeah, TJ, but the defense was just no, no, yeah. You can argue the offense for sure, but you can't argue the defense. I promise you, the same exact storylines that we had with Franchi would have happened with Kyle, regardless of how many home runs he hit. Regardless, because at the end of the day, we still would have been losing games because of his production at first base. And I loved Kyle Schwarber, but this team should have been able to win ball games without Kyle Schwarber, especially with the. What did he end up getting? What was it, 5 years, 70 million or something? He was a shorter year. It was 4 years, 79 million. That's a lot of money for Schwarber. In hindsight, Schwarber over JD. Yeah, I think again, if JD opted out and said, you know what, I want to see what I can get on the free agent market, I think we would have pushed way heavier towards Schwarber. Because at the end of the day, it probably would have been better production than JD, but there's nothing you can do once JD opts in. If you trade him, maybe, but by the time you get a trade finalized and you get the right trade, because you don't want to just give him away to get Schwarber. Too, I think he would have signed either way. This team is stacked if it was healthy. Yeah, I mean, this team is great healthy. That's the problem. It's not healthy. We want Barnes. We want Barnes. We want Barnes. At this point, I'm into it. Give me Barnes. At least we're making a game out of this one, huh? Although yesterday's was a game too. Nah, I couldn't get tickets, Wolf. Is there a player I absolutely hated that they left via free agency? Xander's making fantastic plays recently at shortstop, by the way. I'm trying to think if there's a player. I was Kevin Youkilis. Kevin Youkilis was a free agent, right? He never got traded. Downey's a good one. Jacoby. Oh no, wait. Kevin Youkilis did get traded. Yeah. I'd probably go Jacoby Ellsbury. I loved Jacoby Ellsbury when I was younger. Because Jacoby didn't get traded. Man, there's so many times players that fans love. Yeah, I would say Jacoby Ellsbury, even though he was terrible for the Yankees. But at that time, I was mad. Pedro, yeah, the Red Sox didn't want to give Pedro a contract, which is crazy. Oh no, we're not doing this, right? We're not warming up Darwin's and Hernandez. How about signing Edwin Diaz? The Mets, anyone on the Mets, I'm nervous that they're just gonna hand out money at the end of the year. Like I could see, especially if they get within like imagine they get to like that NLD or NLAS, NLCS, Jesus, and they lose in the seventh game. Steve Cohen's gonna be even more mad, spend even more money. Clemens and yeah, Boggs. It's crazy how many people we just sort of let go. So it doesn't seem like it's a new thing to let big stars walk in free agency, huh? In all honesty, is there someone? Yeah, the Braves are paying. Darwin doesn't even pad stats. He just walks in people. Like what? Your on base goes up. Like there's only a couple of RBI totals, and I guess you're right. There's really only a couple of guys I can remember like who played with the Red Sox and signed big extensions. There's no way we're putting in Donaldson, right? No shot. Lester, yeah, Lester was a big loss, but Lester was traded away. He did an interview with Carabas where he said, like, "Hey, if the Red Sox didn't trade me, I was coming back on that offer with what they offered him." That's crazy. I mean that's, and I think that's a lot of the reason why they didn't trade Xander. Yeah, they did, Craig. I don't think we'll see him this year, though. I think it's more of a depth move. He hasn't really been good for a little bit. I actually looked into signing him. I think I actually made a video where I talked about maybe signing him. Yeah, it is 6.9 ERA last year in 38 games. I mean, he was decent in 2020, 2021, actually. A little bit above average. All right, that baby Pavetta. Let's get back in this game, huh? Sounds better than Donaldson. Yeah, true. Yeah, I could see. Maybe you're right. Maybe they put him in a little. Maybe they give him a little bit. Man, dude's only had two two seasons where he had a positive WAR. Oh no, wait, never mind. What am I talking about? He's a positive WAR of 11 seasons. Yeah, Pavetta's looked better tonight than he did against the Royals, but he still once in a while is giving those up those home runs. That's kind of back to last year's Pavetta, where he pitched really well and then had one home run, and it seemed like it was always people on base last year. Beltre, yeah, but Beltre was fun during that one season. I agree. I would have liked to see Beltre come back. I don't know if I'd have him number one. Yeah, it was definitely a quality start. Much better than against the Royals. That Royals game was brutal. Do I prefer Sal Moore or Hernandez? Yeah, Sal Moore every time. Darwinson needs to take up cycling. Yeah, I forgot Papelbon too. That's another great one. I'm surprised Pap doesn't have more of a case to get into the Hall of Fame. Is he not eligible? When did he retire? Like 2 or 3 years ago? Although his kind of like, oh man, he retired. Wow, he retired in 2016. My lord, I forgot he was on the Nationals for a little bit with a 3 ERA, a 4.73. Yeah, he was 35. That's pretty close, Iman. Wow. Okay, Kai. Why do you call BS on that? What do you think they're covering up? I'm just curious. Okay, so both you guys, what are they covering up? 2 or 3 more good season? Yeah, his peak seemed to be pretty small, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Meltdown again? Did you guys see where they're saying he broke his arm, though? Like, did you is this just a gut feeling, or is this something you guys legitimately looked into? I'm curious because if you look at where he broke his arm, it's up here, right? Or from what they're saying, it's up here, where he got the screws, basically, was up here. If you punch a wall or you punch something, this is gonna break, this is gonna break, and this is gonna break before this back here breaks by a mile. I can tell you from personal experience, falling down off of something and breaking. I broke my wrist right about here, and it was because I fell. Because when you fall and you put your weight on it, it's not gonna snap down here, right? It's not going to snap down here because that's not where all your weight is. Your weight's towards the middle of your bone, and that's why right here snaps when you drop. And on top of that too, if they are going to try and cover something up, why wouldn't they say, "Hey, let's just relate it back to the finger injury, right? Let's not get specific with what he got surgery on. Let's not get specific with how he injured it. Just say it was in relation to his rehab to his injury." No one would have questioned that. And even if they did, they're just not going to say anything. Why would they make up a bike story of all things? When does Sal Mora become a free agent? I have no idea. Let me look. 2020, 2026 looks like. 2027. JD just get the Sox more outs. Yeah. JD's been a little bit bad lately. The guy fell in Boston in broad daylight, and you tell me no one saw. Maybe people did see it, but maybe no one took a video. Right, if I saw someone wipe out on a bike, my first thought wouldn't be, "Hey, is that guy Chris Sale?" My first thought would be, "Man, that looked like it hurt," and then you keep going. And at the same time, too, right? Have you ever fallen off a bike, dude? You just lay there in agony until people start taking pictures of you? No, probably not. Even when I broke my wrist falling down, I got right back up and just walked away. It's not like he laid there for 10 minutes screaming to himself. He was probably embarrassed, got up and drove home and then went, "Wow, my wrist really effing hurts." The perfect timing that it would have had to take for someone to just be happening to video that area where Chris Sale fell and then, you know, and then have him in the frame long enough would be immaculate. Even harder, a picture. Plus, again, on top of that, if your conspiracy theory is that they made up a bike fall, why would it be a bike fall? Because that immediately becomes a huge story and everyone craps on it. Instead, they could have said it was something relating to his training. They didn't have to get specific. Even if it was a different arm, they could have just said it was something related to his rehab training. It just didn't work. Something didn't work. He was working out and he fell. Right there's a million different ways you could have swung that wasn't a bike because that's a ridiculous thing to make up. If they re-signed Devers, do you think he could eventually be a DH? Yeah. Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, if they re-signed Devers, I would say 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years, and then he's in a DH role. Even if he doesn't resign here, he'll be in a DH role probably 3 or 4 years. I mean, it makes sense. So he's 25. What if he actually fell off a bike? Wouldn't that be crazy? If it wasn't a conspiracy theory. These are good points. Yeah, I mean, it's just logical right off the bat. Obviously, Chris Sale's a hothead, yeah, but if you look at where they're saying he broke it, if you're looking at sort of logistics behind all the question marks, it's logical to think that that's just something that happened. It would just be such a weird story for the Red Sox to concoct here, especially to your point where you say, um, he fell in Boston broad daylight, right? If they made that up, then someone somewhere would have been like, "No, I saw Chris Sale drive right by that, and he didn't fall." Right? Like you're so out in public, it would be hard for me to believe that. Luckily, it's not his pitching end. Yeah, that would have been a big problem. Devers looked like he put on 10 pounds easy during the DL stretch. Think he's gonna spend a few years? Nah, I don't. He didn't put on weight during that DL stretch. He looks pretty fine. But yeah, he'll probably spend a few years as a DH. But he's got a little bit to go for that too. Broken wrist is probably the most common bike injury there is, but I can see him again. We just talked about this. Gord, if you're punching a wall, right? Punching a wall on impact, just based off of impact alone, you're breaking this first, right? This first. You're breaking this first. You're not breaking down here. You're just not. All of the impact, punch your hand. All of the impact is right here and right here. It's not down here. And that's where he got his surgery, was down here. Who'd you rather have right now? Chris Sale or Reese Severino going into 2023? Both been I think I still have Chris Sale, Iman. I don't know. That's a tough one though. What do you think the chances we sign Rafi are? Probably pretty high. I would be shocked if we're gonna let both Xander and Rafi go. Okay, I gotta look up Metacarp as well. Hold on. Yes, Gord. Okay, yes, exactly. That's right where I was putting out. Right here. Yeah, exactly. That's where you break first, and that didn't happen. So that makes it really hard for me to believe that he punched a wall and broke down here on his wrist. No, Craig, they won't call up Tristan Cassis this early. What are we doing with Hernandez in the game, honestly? I want Darwinson to come out here and strike 3 people in a row out. That'd be crazy. We need a calculator for Darwinson ERA. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. If Darwinson could there we go. All right, there's one. Give me 2 more. Yeah, his stuff. Oh, that's right. His stuff looks nasty. It's honestly sad that we got rid of 2 OG Red Sox this year. I don't understand why you didn't trade JBJ at the deadline. That makes no sense to me. Why you'd wait till after the deadline to DFA or release him? Same thing. I mean, Craig, they're going to wait until it's only a possibility until after his eligibility is up. They're going to wait until the end of August, the bare minimum, to bring up Cassis, strictly because of the fact that He wouldn't lose a year of rookie eligibility. Who is this mysterious pitcher? This is a dude with a 24 ERA. I have no idea what that was, Wolf. That was ridiculous. What are we doing, Bob? I mean, I don't even know if this is Bob's fault. Let me see. No, I mean that was where you're supposed to throw it. Darwin's just didn't get there in time. They spend big, definitely at the free agent block besides Bogey. Time to shore up that pitching staff and move on from JD at the age. Yeah, they need to do some. Random question: if you look at the 2018 roster, who's a shot at the Hall of Fame? Mookie is almost a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Um, shit, shoot, dude. Dave O'Brien's more excited about. Oh, this is his first guy's home run. Dang it. Yes, Craig, but if you're Hein Bloom, would you waste Tristan a 1 year of Tristan Cassis not being arbitration eligible just to have him up here for 4 days until Eric Hosmer comes back? No, you're going to wait until he's not even arbitration eligible anymore, and then you're going to keep him so you get an extra year of him. That's exactly what Hein Bloom's going to do, even though it is up to those guys. Yes. I mean, it's cool that that's his first home run ever. Kimbrel, yeah. At this point, I'm happy for the Double-A kid in his first debut hitting a tank. That was his first MLB hit. Great. Yeah, Craig, that's not gonna happen this season, though. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, that team was terrible. Yeah, Kai. I'm trying to Iman, back to your question. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I have no clue why or who else would be a. I think Chris Sale was on the track, but he had so many injuries, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, I think that might be it, though. This is hard to watch. It is. DFA Darwin's and Hernandez, please. They should have done that a while ago. Facts, Jack. Yeah, because you get more money, he gets more money. Yeah. At least this game is fast. True. Yeah. Oh man, can we just get out of this inning, please? Craig, I don't see where you're falling here. I don't see where the. I don't understand what you're saying. We have to wait until Dahlbeck is not eligible, but the Red Sox need someone. No, no, no. We have to wait until Cassis is not eligible. And we do have someone to back up first base if we need to. We've got Arroyo. And Hosmer's not going to be out for 3 months. He's going to be out for like 2 or 3 days. They're not going to bring him out for 2 or 3 days. Kimbrel is sixth or seventh now. Yeah, I think Kimbrel's got a shot at it. I mean Vasquez. We all love Vasquez. He'll be a Red Sox Hall of Famer. He's not an MLB Hall of Famer. Who was at first base? Pierce. Pierce, yeah. Xander's career is halfway done. Who, Craig? Darwin's just trying to make Barnes look like an ace. Yeah. I don't know where I'd put Xander. I would put Xander's Hall of Fame odds probably. I'd say like 40, 45% right now. I mean, he's been a pretty elite shortstop throughout his career. Yeah, I don't know if he has. I'd say if he has 3 really good seasons, a couple more All Star appearances, Silver Slugger, something crazy like that. Yeah, I think he's got a shot. Gonna have to be a while though. He's gonna have to have some good. Xander does have a shot at 3K hits. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd say it's 50-50 right now. 3K hits gets you in. Yeah, yeah. I'd say he's pretty. I'd say again he's 2 or 3 seasons away from being about a 75% chance, and then I would say if he hits 3K hits, yeah, 100% will be in. I think Devers is for sure on a Hall of Fame track. Is Daisuke a Hall of Famer? No. Oh, Red Sox Hall of Famer? No. Papelbon? Yeah. We have to beat the Orioles. I'm going to be totally honest with you, Braden. If we lose this game, it might not matter. What are the scores around the league looking like? X will be in. Yeah, again, I think X has 2 really great seasons. I think yeah, I think he'll be in 2 or 3. All right, Brewers beat the Rays. Mariners won today. Looks like the Guardians are going towards a win. White Sox are losing the Cardinal or the Royals. Oh, looks like I thought wasn't Toronto playing Baltimore? Oh, maybe they have a yeah, they must have a travel day. Could Devers get 500 home runs? How many home runs do he have so far? And he's 136 home runs over what 5 seasons? Yeah, I think he could get. I think he could get to 500. He would need to have a couple more close to 40 home run seasons though. Do I think Tech becomes head coach of this team? I don't know. PD, I don't think. No, I don't think PD will come back. He would be great, but if I were PD, I'd want to be far away from. Um, I'd want to be far away from baseball for a little bit after all the pain you went through. Xander's going to Baltimore next year. What are you talking about, Rodney? You think Pedroia will sneak into the Hall of Fame? I don't know if Pedroia will get in. Pedroia had some really great years, but with his career cut short, I don't know how he stacks up against other people though. Is there a reason why Hernandez is still in this lineup? Yeah, we don't. We quite literally have nobody. We used everybody yesterday. We have all of our other good relief pitchers are on the IL. You can't pitch Whitlock anymore. Schreiber, I guess you could have put in, but you were already losing. It got postponed. Oh, okay. None of the other wild card teams intimidate you. I'm intimidated by the Blue Jays and the Mariners. I'm not intimidated at all by the Guardians. I'm not intimidated at all by the White Sox. Not intimidated really at all by the Orioles as much as their thing is cool. My biggest fear is that Xander goes to the Yankees. That's my biggest fear. Actually, that's my biggest fear is that the Red Sox don't bother trying to offer him anything. But my second biggest fear is for sure that Xander goes to the Yankees. I quite literally don't know if I'd be able to watch Red Sox Yankee games. I don't think I would be. They got Kevin Youkilis hitting a home run. Why do they got him out here hitting a home run? Uke without a goatee is weird, man. What happens with JD after the season? I think he'll get. I don't know if the Red Sox will offer him anything. He'll get a nice little. Oh, it's his first ever home run. I see. Yeah, he won't be on the Red Sox next year, Damien. No, Craig, that's not how that works. Think they sweep the Yankees, Braden? We'll see. That would be wild. Look at Bob having a 2 for 4 night, huh? Yeah, no, Xander can go to any team he wants. The Red Sox don't get anything if he goes. You see Marlins throwing the bag? Yeah, there's going to be a ton of suitors for Xander. It's going to suck so bad while going through that. So, but why are we putting Caleb Orr back in? What do we, I mean, if you think about it, right, you're probably looking at the Dodgers will be interested in Xander. The Yankees will be interested in Xander. Orioles, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Marlins, I get there. I mean, the three main ones I hope are the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox. But there are obviously going to be a ton of sleepers too. Cardinals might be in on Xander. Oh, it's gonna be so brutal to watch, man. So brutal. I really hope, even if he doesn't come back, even if he doesn't come back, I hope that the Red Sox at least make a run at him. Get down. All right. The Cardinals were never openly pursuing Xander Bogaerts. Everyone said that Xander, if the Red Sox were going to trade him, that would have been a good fit. A little bit of difference. I don't think the Cardinals were ever openly interested in Xander Bogaerts. What was your reaction when Benintendi went to the Yankees? It was tough. I was upset. I mean, I got a Benintendi jersey there. I got a signed Red Sox card back there from his rookie year. It sucks. It definitely sucks. But, nothing I can do about it. Um, if Bogarts leaves, do I see us trying for Turner? I mean, if we don't pay Bogarts, we're not going to pay someone else. That doesn't make sense to me. So if we don't go for Xander, if we don't get Xander, I could see them going for a not big name shortstop. Probably. Like a stopgap type guy. If we're not going to get Xander, we're going to get a stopgap. We're going to get like a Jose Iglesias at shortstop for 2 or 3 years and hope that Mayer works out. That's what's going to happen if we don't get Xander. Marlins could go for Devers too. I hope if Devers goes to free agency, I might go bald. I'm gonna go gray in Xander's free agency. I'm gonna go bald in Devers. We're for sure re-signing Devers, right? I don't know. I don't know, man. We've made attempts. It looks like they want to. I don't know. Trey Turner probably going to re-sign with the Dodgers. Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised. I don't know much about the Dodgers farm system, um, but I don't know how much of them are like big shortstop. I can let you know right now. Miguel Vargas, not even really. Yeah, they don't have a ton of shortstop depth. I could see that. Did Tommy Pham go deep? What am I missing here? Tommy! Let's go, Tom. And Tommy's been great for the Red Sox, chat. Tommy's been fantastic for the Red Sox. Take that Cartwright, King. My God, has he been fantastic for this team. Wow. And just like that, chat, here we are. Give me a Devers bomb back to back. Oh, I love the energy Tommy brings to this team. I'm a big fan of him. Yeah, I like Tommy Pham a lot, especially in that leadoff spot. Braden, of course, I would rather the Yankee or rather the Red Sox sign Xander Bogaerts. DeGrom's the same age as Kershaw. Wow, I did not know that. I think Degrom will get. I think Degrom will get probably a 3 or 4 year deal. Someone's gonna take a chance on him. I could also just see him staying with the Mets. I don't. No one's gonna give him a 6, 7 year deal. No way. Tampa fam. Griffin, are you starting up a YouTube channel? Is that why you made this? It's not letting me go to your channel on there. That homer was amazing. Chad, if he keeps going like this and we keep getting members, we're gonna have to make a Tommy Pham. We're gonna have to make a Tommy Pham emote. If he keeps hitting like this, good God. When Kike comes back, Duran's done. Yes, 1,000,000%. Kind of wild that Devers only 2 years older than me. Slap the face emoji. It'll have to be something ridiculous. Maybe I'll just make a literal fan, like one of those like. Do I like Dugan right? Yeah, I don't hate it. He hasn't been terrible in right. He had that one play yesterday where it was like, probably could have made that. But besides that, yeah, he's been fine. What was his? He wasn't very good defensively. I mean, he was fine defensively. Paxton's getting closer. Yeah, he's getting to. We're probably looking at the end of August. We'll start hearing a little news. My guess is beginning of September, like the first 2 weeks in September. We'll probably see him. I wouldn't be shocked though if the Red Sox are like fully out of contention by then. If they're just like, you know, eh. Field, field. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a better. He's got a little bit of a better defensive run save. Verdugo in right field, he does left field, but it's been different stuff. He's 10 mil collected. It'll be interesting if he comes back and does well. Is it 10 mil completely wasted? You know, get him in here, get him in with our staff, see what they can do with him. I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think it was a wasted $10 million. If we don't pick up his option next year, then yeah, I don't get that. But first appearance since August 14th, really? Kirby Yates? Yeah, I'm happy for JBJ. I think it hadn't been working out here for a while. with JBJ, and I love him to death, but he should have never been the starting right fielder for the Red Sox this year. That's the problem. He never should have been out there. He should have been in a role where where he could have been a utility kind of outfield fourth outfielder type player. But the Red Sox didn't seem to want to do that, and he kind of got thrown to the wolves because of it. So I hope that's kind of what the Toronto Blue Jays are going to do with him, play him as a fourth outfielder. So I hope he does well there. He's definitely going to screw us at some point. That's just how the season's gone. Also, Benintendi's going to hit a 3-run jack this weekend too. Yeah, I feel bad for Frenchie. That's another guy who I think trying to learn a new position while also trying to be you know better at the plate is a tough combination to have because you can only focus on so many things. So yeah, I agree. I feel bad for him. Definitely, it's another guy who just shouldn't have been put into that situation. You know. Yeah, Carpenter fractured his foot. He's out for the year, right? 6 to 8 weeks. So he'll be back if they make the World Series. No, no, he'll be back for the playoffs. What are you talking about? That's been an insane story too. Carpenter coming to the Yankees and just hitting bombs. He crushed us. I hope the Red Sox win this game. I hope they do. And then the title of my video is gonna make everybody mad. It's gonna be, "Do the Red Sox have life?" And I'm just gonna be like, "They just split a series." Famous Carpenter 2.0. I hope so. Wait, Alex Verdugo's Twitter handle is just Doogie Knows. What? It is Doogie Knows. Oh, weirdo. Before the next inning starts, who do I think is pitching? Or has to be right. Yeah, we were talking about Jermaine, um, and earlier with Luis. I would like to see him up here too. I mean, at this point, you got nothing to lose, especially with the injuries to the bullpen. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't at least tried it out a little bit. I think they're just trying to get some depth into that bullpen. They don't want to try anyone new. What's up, Preston? Judge trade for Otani. You know what would be such a Red Sox thing is if they make like the biggest trade in history, and then Otani comes here and goes, you know what? I think I just want to be a pitcher. I don't want Judge. I'm good with Judge. A lot of scouts think a lot of that. A lot of scouts think a lot of things. You know, I don't really want Judge. Oh wow, Brazier came out. Interesting. I mean, Judge would be interesting for sure, but do I like to go to Red Sox games? Yeah, I love going to Red Sox games. They were really high on Zach Kelly. Yeah, I mean they were really high on Pat Light too. Now he's a podcaster, right? I don't know. I have like no faith in scouts. How can you say I don't want Judge? I don't want him, man. He's gonna get like a $400 million contract. I don't think he'll ever have a better season than he had this year. Eventually, we're gonna be paying $400 million for a DH. You could use that money in so many other ways than just getting the biggest free agent market. free agent on the market, in my opinion. I'm not saying the talent isn't there. I'd love to have his talent on the team, but the cost it would take to get him here, yeah, that's my opinion on getting. No, Preston, I don't go to games. No, the story signing wasn't to push Xander out the door. The story signing was a oh crap, we don't have any power in this lineup besides the three of those guys. Let's get someone else in here. That's what that was. We lost out on Schwarber. We didn't get Suzuki. We're running out of power options. Trevor Story's available. Teams aren't biting as hard on him. So that's pretty cool, Press. You meet anybody? Who would you rather have as head of baseball operations, Bloom or Cashman? I mean, Cashman's had some bad years too. You know, Cashman's had some really tough years. I think after this offseason, I'll be able to have a firm grasp on what I think about Bloom. I really do, and it's not just the Xander stuff. Because again, if we make a legitimate offer at Xander and he decides he doesn't want to be here, that's fine. They have the right to do that. But if he does nothing after that, then I'm good. What big fishes has Cashman got? Was Garrett Cole a Cashman thing? Because besides that, right? Judge is homegrown. Cole was a Cashman thing, yeah. But again, they haven't won a World Series in what? I don't know. I don't know if with Cashman, right? I don't know. Yeah, they're not going to put Story at shortstop, even if we don't get him. CC. Again, how many? But how many championships does he have? One. Yeah, I do, Luke. I think they'll put Whitlock back into a starting rotation role at some point. I think they like his slider and development enough where they're going to try him out as a starter at some point. I don't know if that'll be at the beginning of next year though. I think they'll go with the original plan that they had this year, which was to stretch him out throughout the year and then move him into that rotation. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, so in my opinion, Iman, big names are great, but he's also had a lot of issues too. I don't know. He's been the head of baseball operations for that long, Iman. Then I don't know. That's awesome, Preston. He's been the GM that long? Then maybe, I don't know. But then I guess if we had had Cashman that whole time too, we'd have the exact same amount of results, right? We won 4 World Series in that time as well since Cashman's been there, so I don't know. I wanna see Bobby D. Yeah, I was hoping for a Bobby D home run too. That would've been awesome. Come on, Brazier. Think you maybe the That's crazy, man. I didn't realize he was there for that long. I knew he was there for a while. I didn't realize it was that long. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you wanna sign him though, Chance? Who would you rather have? That's my when people say they don't want Xander, okay, why? Who is the better option here? Best GM, Theo? I mean, he's definitely up there with the Cubs breaking that curse and with the Yankees. Or sorry, with us. I don't know why. I was thinking about Cashman. Bring Fan back next year. I wouldn't be shocked if they brought him back with this option. You'll give him his props. Yeah, I think he's gotten a lot of it lately because of the just the build up hype around the Yankees every year, just to see him crumble in the first round of the playoffs, you know. So I think that's a lot of the reason why too. He's been getting a lot of crap lately. Um, but yeah, I mean that's an impressive run, man. The Steinbrenners trust him, I guess. Does Steinbrenner still own it, like the younger Brenner? He does, right? Exactly, Celtics. And who's that gonna be? I understand there are available shortstops on the free agent market, but if you're not willing to pay Xander, what makes you think you're going to be willing to pay a Trey Turner, a Dansby Swanson, a Carlos Correa if he opts out? In all honesty, those Correa opting out on top of Dansby, on top of Trey Turner, yeah, yeah, that's what I thought, Iman. I thought it was still in the Steinbrenner family. You could turn. Okay, so then who are you replacing him with? Because you got to replace him with somebody. It's not going to be Story. The Red Sox don't want Story at shortstop. They don't think his arm will hold up at shortstop, and they think that he'll end up injuring himself at shortstop. So if it's not going to be Trevor Story, who's it going to be? Because if you don't want Xander, and listen, I'm not saying sign Xander to a 10-year deal. I don't think any team's going to give him a 10-year deal. But a 5-year deal, 6-year deal, doesn't seem like a problem to me. After 3, 4 years, maybe Mayer pans out the way that you wanted him to, right? Then you can kind of ease Mayer into that role, and maybe you shift Xander over to third and Devers DH. Can you offer him a new contract with such poor home run results this year? I hope you're kidding, Jack. Ah, crap. Well, we were back in this game. You said only puts them up by 2, right? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, okay, Chance. So who is that? That's my question. Who are you replacing Xander with if you want him gone? But also at the same time, you can't have a team of just younger players. Who's going to lead it? Homer Sanchez. There you go. Does Devers win an MVP at any point in his career? I think he's got the possibility to do it. It's going to be really difficult though because you have. Um, that's insane, Goat. That's insane. Meyer, we don't even know if Meyer will be ready in 2024. He could be ready in 2026. What are we going to do? We're going to have Jeter Downs for 4 years? No. Jeter Downs is not an everyday shortstop. Dansby? Possibly. Dansby's having a great year, but if you look at his career, he hasn't been a replacement level of Xander Bogaerts. You would okay. So you want to target younger, cheaper options, and your answer to that is Correa. Okay. All right. So since Dansby's come up, right? OPS plus, which compares your OPS to the average player in the MLB. Of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in the major leagues, he's only been an above average hitter 3 times. Am I getting in trouble by the hotel? But who cares if you want to see the Red Sox? I'm not going to read that out loud. We did make it interesting, yeah, so far. The only reason he's putting him in there is because we don't have Gamerson. The reason he's putting Brazier in is because every other arm was used last night and half the team's on the IL. What are my thoughts of the closeness situation? I hope they develop Tanner Houck. I hope they do. I hope they develop him. All right. Xander's declining how? How is he declining? Where is he declining? Right now he's hitting 30% better than the average hitter in the major leagues, which is, by the way, better OPS plus than Dansby Swanson. If you could, the Red Sox as a whole, maybe he doesn't have the most home runs, sure, but if home runs is the only statistic you're going to look at when you're looking at a player, if you're looking at a player, you cannot value a player on how many home runs he hits. All right. He has the most hits on the team, third most doubles. Triples are kind of iffy. Fifth most home runs, fourth most RBIs, second highest OPS plus, second highest slugging, or OPS, second highest slugging, first in on base percentage, highest batting average. He's never been a superpower hitter. How are you going to sit there and tell me those statistics are declining? I like the idea of stretching Tanner Houck out, though, by the way. Chance, what do you want? Okay, hold on. Okay. Stat leaders. Give me by position. Okay. Let's see here. Can I get by position, please? Dansby's a dead average defender. Xander this year, dead average defender. Damien, I think I cursed us. For being honest here. Oh my God, where do I go to get position? This is crazy. Ah, I think I got it. How'd I curse the Red Sox? Because I started this channel and then all of a sudden they don't do well. I can't look at it because I'm zoomed in so I can show you guys the score. I'll do it on my phone. Here's my phone. There's my phone. Oops, did not mean to do that. All right, here we go. OPS. OPS. He is second in the league. Xander. Why is it just showing me OPS? Oh, here we go. Average. Second in the league. Home runs, obviously not super close. Oh, man, he's way down there in home runs, huh? No, not way down there. He's 10th. RBIs. 9th. Runs, 4th. Hits. He is 3 behind Dansby. More doubles than Dansby. Yeah, I don't understand. At bats don't matter. Walks. 3rd in walks. Way lower in strikeouts than Dansby. My lord. Like I don't understand why people think he's such a washed up player. I don't get it. Yeah. Damien's tough. I don't know why they don't show. Oh, there's Slug. Yeah, I mean that's really the only category that Dansby has a commanding lead, but it's only by point 0.2 points, 0.02 points. You know, so yeah, I guess you can make the case for slugging, sure. But I think if you look at Xander as a whole, he's still better than I would say almost every other shortstop in baseball statistically. So beautiful seeing Orton Salmore. But I just showed you can't get him. I just showed you the history, right? Historically, Dansby doesn't have years like this. Guys can have years like this and then go back to what they normally are. But yeah, Jack, you're right. I mean, the offense as a whole this year has been terrible. Do we even bother with the rally headband tonight, chat? Also, Chance, if Dansby ends up having the year he's having, I could see him getting a pretty expensive contract, especially by a team that's desperate for a shortstop. That's my other concern too, is that with such a rally headband, even though I mean he did just get walked, there's a chance, Chad. Do we rally headband, Chad? Okay, we got 2 headbands. If we can get to 5 requests for a headband, we put on the headband. Yeah? All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, here we go, Chad. Headband is on. Come on, JD. The rally headband is on, JD. Don't do this to me. You're going to embarrass me in front of the people that are watching. Ah. Come on. Give me some. Let's still win a game, huh? Let's have some fun. Stop talking about the off season. Enjoy the game. But of course, we can still talk. We're still going to talk about the off season because it really is gonna be a super interesting off season between Xander, between what we're gonna do with the whole at DH, between what's gonna happen with the rotation, what's gonna happen with the outfield, the bullpen. I mean, it's gonna be a wild off season. The Devers contract too, yeah, that's gonna be a whole storyline. It truly is gonna be one of the most important off seasons we've had since what? I don't even know. The 2019 off season, maybe 2020. Yeah, it's gonna be. This might want to be one of the most important off seasons in Red Sox history too. Yeah, catcher is another one. Yeah, 2017, 2018 is probably the last big one. That makes sense. But this one might even be bigger, honestly. Throw the ball. Come on. Like it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, 20. Yeah, it will be the first true year of Heimblum's regime. They're gonna be the first year he'll have his entire like hands molded around this team. God, JD. But you can't seem to figure it out. Goodbye, Eck. Yeah, we haven't even talked about that yet. Yeah. No, yeah. Ronaldo Hernandez is interesting, but he's not great defensively. Connor Wong seems pretty average in everything. So I agree. Yeah. Not any great catching prospects to be excited about. This kid, this kid behind home plate jumps every single time the ball's hit. It's hilarious. What's going on with JD? I don't know, man. I'm wondering if that injury truly, like, I wonder if he's truly like trying to battle through something. I would love to see you come on as a full time analyst. I don't think he's going to, but that's who I would love to see come on as a full time analyst. You think Uke was brutal during spring training? I mean he was clearly new to the job, but I thought he did well with it. JD's average used to be higher than his OPS right now. I know, it's crazy. Oh, this is the guy Arroyo hit the grand slam off of. Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, obviously can't hit a grand slam, but let's bring this one in one, huh? That was such an absolute bomb from Christian Arroyo. Come on, Christian. Yeah, I don't know, but it's been a while since we've had something like that happen. Yeah. I don't know if JD was an MVP candidate, but yeah, he was having a good contact wise. He was. Damien, I don't think Cassis is too worried about it. Just because the Red Sox can get rid of Cosmer at a whim because they're not paying him anything. Yeah, Jack, I would agree with that. I mean, if a player is historically a true home run hitter like JD is, um, yeah, I agree. But you also have to couple that with stuff, right? Like I didn't have a problem with JD not hitting a ton of home runs if he was getting doubles every other at bat, looping him up the middle and stuff. When he was hitting for contact, I didn't hate it, right? Because he was always producing. But if you're not hitting home runs and you're not producing, then yeah, for sure you can judge off, especially a home run hitter like JD. Yeah. And two, it's different. It's a little different for DHs as well. I think a lot of DHs, they're power hitters. That's why you put them at DH. Such that that's your whole value to a team is the way you hit, and home runs are definitely part of that. Ah, what are we doing there? Yeah, the Nelson Cruz style DH. I would say that's pretty accurate with JD. I don't know what is Christian doing there. Come on, the headband's got to be a little magic. Come on. Would this be 4 games in a row that they lost, chat? Can you guys even see me over here? Yeah, you can. Okay. Would this be 4 games in a row that we lost? I think it would be, right? What is Plawecki doing in? I'd rather Reese McGuire hit lefty lefty. So it'll be 4 in a row? Yikes. Damien, I think you're looking at Cassis coming up at some point this year. I think you're looking at some bullpen pieces possibly coming up this year. I don't think there'll be a ton of guys. 4 losses in a row is a postseason killer. Yeah. I'm gonna check what their odds are at tomorrow, and that might be what my video's on. Because if we're at 15% right now and we lose and the Rays win, I bet that percentage gets into the 10% range. Come on, Wack. Come on, Plawecki. Give me something, man. Yeah, but Jack, at that point, sweeping the Yankees could quite literally do nothing for your playoff run. It could get you to. It could get you to instead of 5, 6 games back, you're 3, 4 games back. That's my problem now is that even if we do something special like sweep the Yankees, how much does that increase our odds? Even the headband can't help, chat. We still got 1 inning though. There's still a chance. I'm curious. I'm gonna be genuinely curious what our because our streams are still doing fairly well. Yeah, that's what sucks. Yeah, it is at Fenway. No, chance, that's not true. At Fenway with the Yankees sputtering, I don't think it'd be lucky to win a single game. No. I think it'd be lucky to win the series, but a single game? No. True. I think it's what is it? Plawecki, so it'll be 9-1 and 2? I could tell chance. I was thinking Damien, because I'm going on vacation next week. I was thinking about doing a reliving the greatest single season in Red Sox history, and do a video on the 2018 team. Because I'll probably put out. Let me see what the schedule looks like. Because I'm not gonna be here Wednesday through Sunday. I'm trying to see because I don't think it's gonna. I'll probably make a video about the Yankees series. Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely make a video about the Yankees series. Pirates, do you guys really care about the Pirates? And I'll be able to make it. So realistically, I'm only going to miss the Pirates series. So instead of putting something out during the Pirates series, I'll put out something like that. No, yeah, Jack. Okay, Kevin. The way I see it is that the Yankees are going to take their first rush at Lopez. I mean, you can look at the glass half empty, you can look at the glass half full. Yeah, not impressed. They did battle back for a little bit there, and then obviously the bullpen depth just did not work. What is this kid is way too happy to be on TV right now. That's fair, Kev. Yeah, that was kind of wild that his phone fell out of his back pocket sliding into third base. Pretty funny though. Why is Caleb Ford back out there? I guess because they don't want to. Oh, it's because they caught the first home run ball. Yeah, Hernandez gave up a bomb to the kid who's first day in the big leagues. He's gonna get a nice Tops Now card though on MLB The Show. Um, and no, I don't think it'll be like this for very long. To be honest with you, I don't think we'll see a season like obviously, guys. There's gonna be bad seasons. It's not. We're not gonna be World Series contenders every single year. Your nuts feel numb. Yeah, I think that's most of Red Sox Nation. But if it does continue like this, Gord, it's going to be a long time before they start feeling the wallet. Fenway Park is such an attraction. Such an attraction. Yeah, people always. I mean, I'll still have this channel even if for 10 years they don't get close. You know, like there's still be people who root for the Red Sox. It's in your blood, your DNA. You just don't give up on it. If you're a Red Sox fan, you don't give up on the team. You can be mad at the team, sure, but I I mean, they're only losing by 3 right now, Gord. I mean, sometimes it feels like the second a Red Sox team gets down by a run, everyone's like, "Ah," you know? Like, there haven't been any errors this game. I mean, the Braves are gonna hit home runs. The Red Sox will be watchable next year. Yeah, that's true, Lopez, but I mean, it's not an unwatchable like the game with Jarren Duran in Kansas City was an unwatchable game. The game where Cordero had 3 errors was an unwatchable game. That game in Tampa Bay where Bobby Dahlbeck dropped the ball and then we overthrew, like, that was an unwatchable game. Yeah, Jack, I think towards the end, probably the beginning of next month, especially if the Red Sox keep doing what they're doing right now, by the time we get to September, man, we're probably gonna be doing straight. I'll probably just stop doing week. We'll probably stop doing the series recaps if they're out of contention, and then we'll start doing 2023 stuff. Yeah, true. People are trying to erase that from their memories. Yeah, the drive right now has some crazy prospects in it. Kevin Plecky throws like Kevin Plecky throws the ball like 35 miles an hour. There was no Blue Jays games ever. The Red Sox bullpen probably lost around 40 games without reply. Mr. Bloom has got to be working for the Yankees this season. Okay. No, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was bad. It was an unhealthy bullpen that lost us last night's game, one game for the Royals, and if we lose tonight, tonight's game. Do prospect profiles. No, I'll probably still do recap videos. It'll probably just be like, here's what happened. you know, I don't know, Daddy. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, I don't know about getting priced out. I mean, I could get tickets for 30, $40 to most games. There's only been one game this year where I paid more than $40 for a ticket. If you want to smell the batters as they come out of come out of the dugout, then sure, you're gonna pay a lot of money. But I sit in the grandstand. I'll sit in the bleachers. I'll sit. Yeah, those are usually the two I get. Standing room on the Sam Adams deck's like $35. Definitely, if no, yeah, if you want to get nice seats, sure, but every stadium's expensive to get nice seats. You should have played the SpongeBob clip on the intro. I mean, that's his name. Pretty good value for the experience alone. Yeah, I mean, if you're a diehard Red Sox, leave the expensive seats for the guys who want to pay that money. Do a little outing with a client. They're going to Fenway for the first time. The truth, the real fans, it's not that bad. Like the diehards, right? Too many injuries, too streaky. The future's uncertain for Sox. What has Heimblum? Do you guys think Heimblum goes into the clubhouse and bats people on the knees with hammers? Yeah, exactly. King, you're the target audience for people who are, want to sit in good seats. I don't care where I'm sitting. He removes the brakes from bicycles, yeah. Yeah, King. No redeeming value in the experience. If okay, all right. You're talking in terms of a diehard Red Sox fan, right? You're not talking in terms of a family who where the dad grew up in New England and then moved to Kansas with his family, and the whole family's huge Red Sox fans, but they've never been able to go to Fenway Park because they haven't saved up enough money. But the dad gets a raise, and he finally is like, "Let's go to the one place I wanted to be since I was 15 years old." Then he comes back, and it's the exact same as he remembers. That's the experience. There is a billion% value in the experience. They could be throwing out people with no arms and no legs. There is 100% an experience at Fenway Park. What's up, Matt? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Come to Portland. I love that Portland stadium. I've been a couple of times. I love that. I honestly, Worcester's Polar Park is fantastic. And when I went, as an example, Matt, when I went to Albert Pujos's retirement ceremony, the people in front of us had two Cardinals fans and two Red Sox fans, and they talked. I asked them, I was just talking to them and stuff, right? And they were talking about the fact that the parents lived in New England when they were younger, diehard Red Sox fans, right? Dad gets a job opportunity in St. Louis. Kids grow up Cardinals fans. They get to see Pujols, Yachty, Wainwright, right? But when the Cardinals went to Fenway Park, that was a huge moment for that family. That's an experience that and they paid again $40 a ticket. They don't care who's on the Red Sox. Polo Park is mad cheap. Yeah, I had so much. I was sitting three rows behind home plate to watch Nate Eovaldi and his rehab start, and it was like $15 a ticket. I loved it. Yeah, the Yankees Red Sox stuff will always be heated. I did, yeah. I did see the Cardinals. Oh no, I didn't see the Cardinals get smoked by us. Um, I saw the Cardinals smoke us. Oh man, we won the series. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking to another Cardinals fan after we getting blown out. It was just Cardinals fans left, but I like being there. So I was talking to some Cardinals fans, and they bought tickets to all three games in the series. It's crazy. See, now I'm talking to myself into a fear of the fact that the ownership group now views the Red Sox as Fenway Park as opposed to the Red Sox. I'm talking myself into that, and I don't think I should be. Come on, Bob. Grand Slam time. I like it. Ugh. All right, King. Sounds good. Who do I think's going to the World Series in each league? I think the Astros and the Mets. Just because I'd love to see, I'd like to see the Mets get in. I think it'd be fun for baseball if a guy came in, just bought a super team, and they made it to the World Series. I think it'd just be fun. But I would love But I would love to see the Phillies and the Orioles. Wouldn't that be such a wild World Series? I should do. I'm trying to focus on just Red Sox stuff. Yeah, the Mets fans hate the Yankees as much as we do. They suffer not as much as true like older Red Sox fans did, but they've suffered. Sticky stuff. Didn't we beat Valdez when we played them? Man, Bobby hammered that baseball and got so robbed. I'm still thinking about that. Depends. Okay. Who was the guy in the playoffs last year when facing the Astros where it was like, what are we doing? Remember that? Was it Valdez? Mets versus Yankees. God, I really hope the Yankees don't get to the World Series. I really hope they're gonna be insufferable. Ugh, especially on my YouTube comments, man. If because I'm probably gonna be doing off-season videos if by the time the World Series comes around, right? Oh, they're already insufferable now. I'll get at least 3 or 4 comments a video. And I don't even say anything about the Yankees. I'm not a person who attacks the Yankees on any social media or YouTube. And I get attacked. So I couldn't even imagine if I was making videos like, what is the Red Sox offseason plan? You know? And the Yankees were playing for a chip. Oh, I'd be so mad. Yeah, I saw that Matrix. I like that idea, Braden. We're just in such a hard division. It sucks. Yeah, true. If the season ended in June, the Red Sox should wipe the Yankees in the playoffs. Although I don't know if it ended at the end of June, then we got the July that we had. I don't know about that. Where did Tommy Pham get his home run power back? Well, GG's chat. Officially, we still have a winning record. Surprisingly, actually, like we still have a winning record on this channel for live stream games, which is kind of crazy. We are officially 11-7, chat. Cardinals versus Mets, NLCS would be interesting. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, the headband didn't work tonight. Doesn't seem like anything's working for the Red Sox lately. They have lost 4 in a row. We will be with you tomorrow for a video. Red Sox officially 5 games back. We'll make a video tomorrow. We're going to make a whole lot of stuff. So I wish I could live stream every game, Braden, but I would probably lose my job as well as my girlfriend. So can't do that. Maybe eventually we'll add in 2 to every week. Because they are a ton of fun, but, if I'm doing this full time, then maybe, yeah. But, man, this has been tough being a Red Sox fan lately, chat. Injuries absolutely slaughtered this team. It sucks. It truly sucks. But thank you all very much for hanging out today. I had a ton of fun, regardless of the fact that the Red Sox can't seem to win a singular ball game. I still have a ton of fun with you guys, and we will still continue to do these, whether the Red Sox are 152-0 or 100 or 0-152. So thank you all very much for putting up with me for 3.5 hours. I appreciate every single one of you. No live stream again next week for those of you who did not hear. If you guys are still here and you have not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribing. Clearly enjoy it. And I will see you guys in the red seats.